Tonight on the news are. Sorry, that was the wrong intro. Hello and welcome to the Late Debate Show, a show where we debate, discuss, dissect, talk about different topics, all so that we can have a healthy discussion around the things that matter to us. मैं हूं आपका host, Abhik Chatterjee. Better intro. The 2019 Lok Sabha elections have just gotten over and the BJP and the Modi government is back in power. It's a clean sweep for the NDA this time around, crossing over 300 seats and an even better performance than the 2014 elections. Now, a lot of us are keenly into politics. We debate, we discuss, we talk about how we can improve the country, we talk about how the government is failing us, we talk about how the government is doing things for us, we talk about what the government should do, we talk about what the government shouldn't do. All in all, we have a lot of opinions because I guess we're really passionate about our politics in this country. Now, there are two types of people. One, who have that keen sense and understanding of politics, who understand the different dynamics that go into politics in this country, whether it has anything to do with secularism, whether it has anything to do with national security, whether it has anything to do with national economics. They understand it very well. And everybody has their own viewpoint, no matter which political party you're supporting, no matter what your political allegiances are. The second type of people, like me, maybe not so involved in a political discussion, but very keen to see his country do well, has basic understanding of certain things that he would ask of his government, which is why he voted. But all political allegiances aside, the one common factor that unites all us Indian citizens is our desire to make and participate in a better India. Right at the outset, a disclaimer. This video is not made because of my allegiances to a political party. It is not made because I have certain affections for a political stream of thought. This video is made because I, a common man, at this point of time, I want to get this message out to our government, our current government, the government elected by the people of India. These are my questions to them, and I would ask this question of any government, any political party that takes over power at the center. Hello, Mr. Narendra Modi, Honorable Prime Minister of India. Let me kick this off by delivering a quote from Julius Caesar, one of my favorite books written by Shakespeare. The evil that men do lives on after them, the good oft interred with their bones. Which means in the current political climate and in the current state of affairs in our country, I think we're quick to criticize. And rightly so, because we are the ones that bring the government to power. We are the one paying the taxes. We are the one actually contributing to the running of this great nation. So we have a right to demand. We have a right to criticize. We have a right to state our point of view when we feel things are not going right. But I often feel in all of this, we sometimes lose track of the positives. Here are some of the positives, which to my mind, and I know there are a lot of positives, a lot of negatives, there's a lot that I could discuss today, but some of the points that I have researched and gone through and have verified, some of the positives that the Modi government achieved in its previous 5 years, and I think it is noteworthy going over them again because, as I said, we're too quick to criticize and negativity outweighs positivity a lot of the times. Number one, growth unaffected by demonetization. Now, the Modi government's GDP growth record is 7.6%, averaged over 5 years. India overtook France in 2018 to become the world's sixth largest economy, and it will overtake UK and climb up to the fifth position by 2020. And I can also share that India's share in the global economy has grown to 3.2% from 1.5%. For any country, I think maintaining a steady GDP and a healthy one is one of the most difficult things to do. Granted that a result of this GDP probably could not consolidate itself in the various economic reforms that took place, but this is a point worth noting. Point number two, borrowings have become cheaper. Low and stable inflation combined with falling deficit has helped the RBI cut interest rates by more than 1 percentage point. Point number three, foreign investment has touched a peak. As I can see here, foreign investment has broken records in the first 4 years of the Modi government, crossing $61 billion in 2017 and 18, with a huge chunk of this money going into acquiring of new businesses. Point number four, fall in poverty. If you can notice this graphic here, definitely a huge achievement for any government that takes power. Point number five, the Fugitive Economic Offenders Act that was established in April 2018. It was needed as a large number of defaulters were running riot and banks did not know what to do. Point number six, infrastructure. Speeding up of highway construction, building and revamping of regional airports and regional air connectivity, refurbishment of existing railway stations. Another big plus. Point number seven, probably one of the most highlighted campaigns in the Modi's government tenure in the first 5 years, the Swachh Bharat mission. Number of rural household with toilets has gone all the way up to 64% from 45% previously, and the number of people defecating out in the open has fallen to 33% from 52%. The final point, point number eight, the hardline stance taken against Pakistan, which has increased our belief in national security. Granted that a lot of questions have been raised about non-use of intelligence or failure of intelligence to combat certain situations, but in the presently concluded elections, exit polls have also talked about how people feel that the Modi government is doing more than its fair share when it comes to maintaining national security across our borders. Well, these are some of the points which I felt were important and represent the achievements of the Modi government. A lot of you will come out with your list of negative points, and I agree there are a fair share of things that weren't addressed, that need to be addressed, and a lot of you feel can be done way better. A lot of you can bring out different points and the ways in which it can be achieved. I, a concerned citizen of this country, a common man, limited understanding of politics, limited understanding of the entire ecosystem, certain points which, in my humble opinion and which in my knowledge, need to be addressed by your government over the next 5 years, which I hope, for the benefit of the people of this country, regardless of their political allegiances, will be addressed. Here are the points which I put forward with the hope that they will be addressed or resolved. Point number one, a tougher stand needs to be taken on India's onerous land acquisition and labor laws which can unleash manufacturing. Point number two, the Indian economy is not hitting the growth rates it should, which in turn is not creating enough jobs for the large, youthful, growing workforce of India. Solutions need to be put in place as it is the fundamental pillar for every economy. Point number three, revive the aviation sector. One of the biggest pitfalls of last year, a reduction in the tax rates on aviation turbine fuel and other items, which is harming airline carriers. A recent example of it is Jet Airways. Privatize Air India and kickstart the commercial drones sector. Very important. Point number four, fulfill your promise to simplify GST. The tax slabs should be merged into two main rates from the four at present, making it a lot simpler for all of us. Point number five, and a point I think which a lot of us will identify with. Fulfill the expectation of the common man to have more cash in hand after paying taxes. We will look forward to a little more relief for all taxpayers in the next budget. More health benefits, affordable medicines and blood tests for India's citizens. encouragement of domestic production of raw material for medicine so that we can reduce our dependency on imports. Climate change, a point that is not discussed enough but is the need of the hour. What use is the country? What use is the government? And what use is this life if we don't have an earth to live on? More stringent policies to regulate climate change, which is being affected by industries and elements. And the final point, and a very important point, address the agricultural crisis. Implement programs such as the Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, give more power to the states so that they can adopt interventions whenever they need to address any local issues, expand public provisioning, and take definitive steps to relook the minimum income support provided to the farmers. That was my list as a concerned citizen. And I'm sure all of you will have your own list. So please feel free to go into the comment section and to state your points. With that, this is the end of this particular debate. I say it's a debate because it's contentious. My points are contentious. Probably what is important to me might not be that important to someone else, or some of my points might be more important than the others I've stated. So it is a debate, and it's a national one. As we end this video, it's my request to you, also given the fact that I would like to learn more, and I'm sure all of us would like to hear from each other and know more about what the government can do to improve the present day India. Please make sure that you share all your thoughts in the comments section. And let me state this again. Political ideologies on one side, political allegiances on one side. This is a concerned citizen with a request to the present government, stating a list of points which, in my humble opinion, I feel need looking at. There can be hundreds more. This is just a small contribution from my side. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you comment about what you think our present government should do, and discuss, debate, and as I said, appreciate all the good things that have been done. And for a change, instead of criticizing, maybe let us try and come up with our solutions and propose them to the government, which I think is very healthy in a democracy. And if we do that, this country will hopefully become a much better place for all of us to be in, and a much easier place for the government to govern in. Thank you so much for watching the Late Debate Show. This is Abhik Chatterjee signing off for now. For now.